Ayun. Live na, Moms.
Ayan, live na. Oy, we're back
Good,
after
good. After weeks of
good
in
evening.
hiatus. Oh nga, good
Yes.
evening. Meron lang
Share
delay
this.
siguro, no? Meron lang delays sa
Oo.
ating conversation.
Ang layo kasi natin eh, di ba?
Oo nga. So, teka, ano ba pag-uusapan natin today? Di ba, something to do with what are your favorite horror stories? Di ba, nakakatakot
Yes.
dapat. Dapat
Favorite
nag-makeup
horror
din
story.
tayo.
Ay, sorry, di ako marunong mag-makeup na mga pang-Halloween. Pag wala akong makeup, pang-Halloween yun.
Eto bang look mo ngayon? Halloween ba to or etong look na to?
Medyo, slight.
Medyo, okay, got it. Okay.
Oo.
Ay naku, so yun nga nawala kami tapos hinayaan lang natin sina Lloyd and Chris, um, to take over the
Yeah. They took
live
over the
sessions.
weekend.
Masyado kaming busy. Okay, so how should we prepared ba tayo sa episode na 'to? Parang hindi.
Parang
Hindi,
hindi.
madali lang naman kasi 'to,
Well, when
eh.
it comes,
Oo.
favorite horror stories. Well, are we talking about books or experiences or ano ba? Ano bang pag-uusapan nating horror stories dito?
Pwede namang mix, 'di ba? Puwedeng mix. I mean ako nung lumalaki
Yeah.
ako or when I was still a little girl, charot. When I was still a little girl, lagi akong kinukuwentuhan ng mami ko, ng tita ko, ng kung ano-anong, stories about, yun nga, kababalaghan like paranormal, ghost stories. Tapos kahit ako din nung bata ako, like may mga experiences din naman ako. Siguro dun ko nakuha yung ibang mga inspiration ko when I was like,
Mhm.
when I would write horror stories, 'di ba? And siyempre kasama na rin yung mga libro.
Yeah.
Ikaw ba, may mga kuwento
Mm.
ka ni
Well,
lola?
oo. I grew up kasi siyempre sa probinsya, 'di ba? And,
Mm.
close kami ng lolo ko. And my lolo would
Mm.
always tell stories about kapre, tikbalang, and all that stuff growing up.
Mm.
And
Mm, mm.
yung lugar namin, before
Oo.
is sobrang liblib talaga siya na lugar. It's like
Mhm.
about 3 kilometers away from the main road. Parang gano'n yung itsura niya na may
Oo.
tatawirin ka na dadaanan ka na hindi naman siya magubat, but there are a lot of trees. Although yung anak
Oo.
ko, when he first visited here, ang sabi niya,
Mm.
na pagdating niya sa bahay is, "Mommy, you live pala in the middle of the jungle." Kasi he
Okey.
grew up, I mean, pinanganak kasi siya sa city, eh. Kaya parang nanibago siya ng probinsya-probinsya yung itsura.
Diyan sa Bataan, 'di ba?
Oo, sa Bataan. So,
Oo. Oo,
nung
and
ano
then
pa,
and
hi
ano pa,
Ron
may
and
mga
hi
history.
Jeffrey.
Oo, yun. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Ron. Okay, yeah, sorry. Please continue.
Oo, yun. Kasi nga siyempre, dito sa Bataan and then may history and then, probinsya. Tapos when I was growing
Mm.
up, hindi pa uso nun yung Tigasol. So my lola would leave the house ng around 3 AM para mangahoy.
Mm.
Pupunta siya sa
Hmm.
ano, sa somewhere para manguha ng mga kahoy na gagamitin namin panggatong, pangluto. Yung mga
Oo.
gano'n. Tapos I remember, his old house is like, alam mo yung ano siya, bahay kubo yung dating na yung sahig niya is, kawayan lang. So you would
Mm.
see if there's anything underneath, and then
Oh my
may mga
gosh.
kwento about stuff na nagsistay sa silong, yung mga gano'n na
May
kwento growing up.
naninilip.
Ayan. Oo. Gano'n. But
Oo,
those
gano'n
are ano siya, yun yung ano siguro, yun yung mga reasons kung bakit mahilig ako magsulat ng fantasy, because growing up, those are the stories that I usually hear or are usually
mm.
being told.
Mm, mm. Yeah, and they seemed so real, 'di ba? Na parang nung kinukuwento sa'kin yun ng nanay ko na, parang parang there's no doubt na totoo 'to, na totoo 'tong
True.
nangyayari. And then only when I was like a full-grown woman, parang I realized na, tinatakot lang ba ako ng parents ko? Tinatakot lang ba nila ako para hindi ako lumabas sa gabi, ganyan, something like
Oo,
that.
and
Oo,
then but because those ideas are already ingrained na sa'yo, because growing up you always hear them, there are a lot of different stories about them na meron kang laging iniisip na kahit na sabihin mo logically, parang hindi naman siya puwedeng maging totoo, and yet you still think, "What if totoo nga siya?"
mm.
'Di ba?
Oo, oo. And then nandiyan pa yung pagdating ng Halloween, parang mas gusto nating tinatakot yung mga sarili natin. Nakakolekta ka ba ng
Oo.
mga like true Philippine ghost stories? Parang kinolekta ko yun hanggang 15 something.
So, I don't buy them, pero I used to borrow them na binabasa yung mga, kasi 'di ba mga
Mm,
ilang ilang volumes yun na ng mga stories, but I like reading
oo.
them kahit na sobrang pagdating ng gabi yung parang, ayoko magpatay ng ilaw.
Oo, and ang pinaka naaalala kong story dun is yung, about sa doppelganger. Na
Hmm.
parang, may mga stories na parang may kakatok sa pintuan mo, and then, you'll find this person but actually nandoon na yung taong yun sa loob ng bahay mo. Alam mo yun?
Mm.
Narinig mo na ba yung mga gano'ng story
Yeah.
na parang okey. Oo, para sa'kin yan yung tipo na like it scared the hell out of me, yung doppelganger.
Mm. Oo,
Sa'yo ba?
yung mga doppelganger na ganyan. Sa akin, it's not of ewan ko, siguro kasi nga dahil hanggang ngayon nandito pa rin ako sa probinsya, yung 'pag may
Mm,
ginagawa ka, especially when it's quiet and you want to concentrate, walang music, walang anything,
mm.
especially ako, 'di ba sabi ko sa'yo ang hilig ko, nagsusulat ako sa either sa gabi or sa madaling araw. So
Oo.
everyone's asleep, tapos ang ilaw lang na naka-on is yung sa laptop. And
Mm.
then all lights are
Mm.
off kasi nga concentrated ka magsulat. Tapos alam mo yun yung parang sa peripheral vision mo parang may dadaan na gano'n. Gano'n, yun lang yung pinaka
Oh my God.
nakakapraning lang sa akin. It's not really a story as in story told to me, but what I usually experience when I stay up late at night o kaya super early in the morning
Mm.
ako babangon para magsulat. Yung mga gano'n na
Mm.
yung peripheral vision mo na may dadaan na gano'n or yung akala mo may sumisilip sa bintana, yung mga gano'n na ano, na mga ideas na parang minsan iniisip ko, dahil lang 'to sa sinusulat ko kaya kung ano na nai-imagine ko.
Oo, na parang ano ba, hindi ba puwedeng hindi lumilipad yung kurtina? Kasi lumilipad
Oo,
yung
'di ba?
kurtina. Oo,
True.
ano ba, bintana ba yung nasa
O kaya
likod mo,
yung parang,
Mars?
bintana, may nakasilip na ba?
Oo.
Tingnan mo baka mamaya may mukha lang nakasilip,
Oh my God. Oo nga. Okey, hi.
Ano
Hi
yan,
sa mga
across the window is puno ng mangga.
ay gano'n, nananadya. Nasa
Oo,
Bataan ka na nga and then
ito
also
yung favorite kong pwesto.
Alam mo, ito kasi di ba
Yung gusto natin
nakikistay. Ay, okay. Patanong lang, what do you think is the compelling reason kung bakit si Stephen King is considered the king of horror supernatural stories? Anong meron siya na wala si Lola Basyang at yung mga lola natin pag magkwento? Sige, ikaw muna sumagot.
Okay. So, I read a lot of stories of Stephen King. Uh, oh, I mean, may mga stories siya na nakakatakot. But I don't really find them like super scary
Mm-mm.
compared to I don't really find them scary compared to the stories na I read about like yung mga Japanese horror stories or the Asian horror
Mm-mm.
stories or the stories that were told here. So don't know
Mm-mm.
din kung bakit siya tinatawag na king of horror. Maybe because he's mainstream.
Marami siyang nasulat.
Um, pero, yung, his stories, yes, they are scary, but they are not as scary for me as for
Mm-mm.
other stories that I've read or I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yun.
Oo. I agree with you.
Hindi ako magaling
Siguro,
when it comes to sige, tuloy go.
okay, sorry. May delays talaga kaya sorry guys, please bear with us. So sa tingin ko, yung mga stories ni Stephen King, medyo dragging siya in a way. Although some of them it can be nightmarish in a way. Like for example, yung parang he could make some uh kunyari yung isang scene na may bata na naligaw sa forest. Nabasa ko yun eh. And then, and how she finally survived. Something like that. Para sa akin, hindi siya ganun ka, hindi siya gaanong nakakatakot. Like, I would still read them at night. Wherein compared sa mga stories na nababasa ko, like sabi mo nga, sa mga Asian stories, siguro dahil mas relatable eh. Alam mo yun? Wala naman kasing Wala naman kasing, tipong mga gubat dito sa Pilipinas na maliligaw ka talaga. Unless siguro diyan sa inyo, moms, 'di ba? Um, Mas nakakatakot yung mga Asian stories
Mm.
kasi alam natin na nandito lang sila, like they're lurking. And dahil din siguro na habang lumalaki tayo,
Mm.
alam natin na okay, they're just around the corner. 'Di ba? Nasa neighborhood lang natin sila, nagtatago or something like that. Pero, okay, let's try to yung kay Lola Basyang naman, nakakatakot ba yung mga stories ni Lola Basyang?
May mga story siya actually na nakakatakot kasi it tells about the story. May mga story siya about Capre and then the Duendes. And most of her stories, I mean, kung sa kwentong pangbata, you wouldn't think
Mm.
of it as scary talaga. Pero,
Mm.
yun, gano'n. Basta
Oo
iba
nga,
siguro
totoo.
yun nga, like you mentioned kanina na sabi mo na maybe because the Asian horror stories are more relatable because these are the creatures and stories that we grew up with. Alam natin na
Mm,
when
mm.
our lolos and lolas tell us these stories, they tell it as if they're real and they're just there. Na they are part
Mm,
of our
mm.
daily lives. Na if you did something to offend them or to hurt them, they would retaliate or they would do something bad to you. It's not because naligaw ka or you
Mm.
did something out of the ordinary. It's just you're doing something you
Mm.
do every day and you just happen to displease a creature that na
Mm.
ganon. Diba?
Oo. Yung nangyari sa'min yun, sa kapatid ko, kasi parang pauwi kami no'n galing birthday party and then, dumaan kami sa parang liblib, bakanteng lote actually, bakanteng lote. And then ang nangyari nun is, after that day, parang nilagnat yung kapatid ko. And hindi namin alam kung saan niya nakuha yung lagnat na yun. And then, kinailangan pa namin magpa-albularyo kasi like namamagana talaga yung legs niya. Na parang para siyang sobrang namamagana, para siyang pinalo. Pinalo ng, I don't know, lubid or something, pamalo. And then, basta namamagana siya, namumula na siya, parang kanang binti niya lang. And then, finally, tumawag na kami ng albularyo. To be honest, laking albularyo kami. Hindi ako pinapapa-hospital.
Ako
I
din.
swear. Oo. Oo, hilot-hilot lang,
Tinatawas
ganyan.
ako ng dati, saka hilot.
Oo, ganun. And then, so, ang nangyari doon, ang lumabas is nagalit daw yung duwende sa kapatid ko kasi maingay daw siya. Which is, totoo at that time, nung tumatawid kami doon sa bakanting lote na yun, ang ingay-ingay niya. Tapos, syempre, ang ginawa is nagsindi ng kandila and then nagbigay ng offering. And then, yun na, gumaling. Dinala pa yung kapatid ko noon sa hospital. And then, wala namang sinabi yung mga doktor. Pahid-pahid lang ng mga ointments, ganyan. Eh, yung nanay ko, hindi siya naniniwala. Nagpa-albularyo pa rin siya. So, alam mo yun, parang, ang hirap eh. But, ayun, ay, teka, si Jack. Si Jack may sinasabi. When writing a horror story, lalo na sa beginner, teka, sorry. Wala. Ano yung tips to start one? Ano yung mga dapat isaalang-alang? Thanks sa answers. Iba kasi yung genre na sinusulat ko. Thanks. Okay. Tips to start.
Okay.
Kailangan takot ka muna.
Actually.
Oo.
Okay.
Sige, ikaw.
Sige. Depende kasi kung what scares you. Or how you think something usual or something common might be scary. So parang yun yung unang mong iisipin. Ano yung pwedeng mangyari or ano yung pwedeng situation na matatakot ako? Let's say, for example, ito, ganito. If I'm going to write a story about something, a horror story about us doing an FB live, ano yung pwedeng nakakatakot na mangyari habang ganitong nag-uusap tayo? Yung ganon, yung parang, is it something that would, a kind ng takot na nakakagulat? Or takot where yung parang tataas yung balahibo mo and something like that. Kasi there are different kinds of takot eh. Na merong takot na magugulat ka lang. Or takot na talaga hindi ka makakatulog because the image would be ingrained in your brain.
Gusto ko yung technology related. Like, what if, di ba nakikita natin yung number of viewers? Tapos nakikinood pala sila. Ganon.
Oo, di ba? Tapos yung biglang may lalabas na yung parang katulad nito na may Facebook user lang yung nakalagay. Tapos biglang may sasabihin, may ang comments nila, something very specific to where you are na hindi naman nakikita sa camera. Ano mo yung gano'n? Di ba? Mas scary yun.
Oo, yung mas alam nila kung ano yung sunod mong sasabihin. Parang sasabihin nila, totoo ba yan? Parang hindi naman totoo yung sinasabi. Parang, like, they're teasing you. I think yun yung pinaka-ayokong
sasabihin nila na parang,
sa
that's not how I look like.
Like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Kasi na-offend mo na sila at the same time. Tapos parang, okay, ano po yung tamang sagot? Oo. Siguro start with what you know din. Diba? Start with what you know and start with the environment that you're comfortable to write about, diba? Kasi kahit nga sa banyo may pwedeng mangyari while you're crossing the corridor, diba? School, lalo na ang daming pwedeng mangyari sa schools. So, ganon. Okay. Yun yung masasabi kong best tips. Okay.
Yes. By
Facebook
the way,
user.
hi pala sa aking friend na si Renji. Belated happy birthday. Nanonood siya from UAE. Ayan.
Belated happy birthday, Renji.
What else? Ano pa ba?
Ayun. We're so blessed to watch these two beautiful hosts on a rainy night. Rainy, maulan dyan?
Ay, maulan sa Pilipinas, actually. May
Oo.
bagyo.
Oo. Anong pwedeng nakakatakot pag umuulan? Yung parang biglang may nag-abot sa'yo ng
Hmm.
payong.
Ay, hindi. Parang Totoro lang yung story naman. Sa
Totoo,
akin
okay.
siguro hindi. Yung biglang may mangangatok tapos makikisilong.
Ah, pero hindi ko bubuksan yung pintuan.
Hindi.
Ay,
Kaya nga eh. Kaya nga eh, di ba? Tapos mangangatok siya sa backdoor.
okay. Welcome! Come in, come in.
Di ba? Yun, yung mga ganun.
Oo. So, ano pa ba yung mga tipong horror stories? Yung mga tipong hindi ka makatulog, siguro yung sa Sada ko ba, nasinda ka ba doon? Yung may lalabas sa TV?
Hindi, I mean, scary. Lalo na, ano ba yun? Hindi siya yung super nakakatakot na hindi ako makatulog eh. Yung sa ano
Mm.
pa, yung tumatawag sa phone.
Okay. Ano yun, yung The
Ano,
Grudge?
ano,
Iba ba yan?
oo, The Grudge, oo.
Yung may
Actually, kaya yata
bata?
din ayoko sumasagot ng telepono na number lang walang pangalan eh.
May isang scene dun sa The Grudge na yung babae, na parang natutulog siya, tapos actually, may nakatingin sa kanya from the top. Alam mo yun? Alam mo yung scene na yun
Yes,
sa The
yes.
Grudge? Oo. Yun yung hindi ko kaya.
Oo.
Parang siguro
Grabe.
masusuntok ko siya.
Mm.
Oo. Like ikaw, syempre 'di ba
Yeah.
may imagine mo like what
Grabe.
would you have done if you're in that scene?
Hmm. True.
Oo. Okay. So, bago tayo mag-continue, I think we would like to emphasize ang aming subscription. Wait,
Yes.
subscription. Maybe this is how you can support us. Oops. Of course, check out our website, eightlettersbooks.com. And
Yes, and that's
also, syempre, ito rin, ang aming, okay, /shop. So, nandito yung mga books. By the way, starting tomorrow, for 3 consecutive days, magkakaroon kami ng mga live sessions as well. Dito namin i-release yung mga newly indie pub books. But also, yeah, here you go. That's another way to support us. At ang aming members-only
yeah.
website. So just go to this link,
Hmm.
eightlettersbooks.com/membership-subscription-levels. So yun, thank you nga pala sa mga nag-subscribe na sa amin to our elite plan. Our elite plan
Yes.
is for 12 months, di ba? And sila yung may marireceive na
Mm.
gifts. Mm-mm.
Gifts every month. Yes. May
Once lang,
marireceive sila ng
oo.
ebook.
Oo, yun. E-books, ganyan. And watch out for your doorsteps kung may kakatok. May de-deliver. Yun.
Oo.
So, yun.
Ano pa
There
ba?
you go. Okay. Okay. What else? Siguro, how about this question? Kung susulat ka ng horror story without any reservations, ano yun? Ano yung isusulat mong horror story? Anong mga characters ang gagamitin mo?
For me, I think mas scary yung yung ghost who doesn't know na patay na sila. Parang ganun.
Okay. Oo.
So parang
Pwede.
I would want to write something similar to that na,
Mhm.
well, I haven't really written horror stories, but it would be something
Mm.
similar to that. Na parang, let's say for example, um, someone bought a new home, pero dun sa bahay na yon may mga
Mm,
nakatira
mm.
who still thinks that they still own the house and they
Mm.
still live there. So,
Hmm.
ganun.
Mm.
Parang ganun.
Oo, nakakatakot nga yun. And like there's they start to live together and then parang you'll have to figure out sino ba yung ghost sa aming dalawa, 'di ba?
Oo.
Okay, siguro ako kung magsusulat ako ng horror story, it will probably be a collection of
Di ba?
stories. Oo, it will be a collection of short stories kasi pag masyadong mahaba na yung horror story, parang mas nagiging dragging and then yun na nga parang ang lagay is parang Stephen King version, nobela.
Mm-mm.
Oo, na parang ang
Yes.
gusto ko kasi yung mabilisang takot,
Yes.
yung
Mas gusto ko
gano'n.
mga short stories. Oo.
Mm, mm.
Short stories lang siya. Like, parang, parang, the idea is like a collection of short stories that happen in one place. Tapos nun, na
Mm.
iba-iba sila ng era. And then later on, at yung
Oo.
pinaka-last na entry na story doon, it would seem as if all of
Mm.
those eras are happening at the same time. Yun know, yung nag-overlap sila. Na who
Oh,
doesn't know who's dead
okay.
and who's actually living, but they're still in the same place.
Interesting.
Yun, ganon.
Oo, puwede 'yan, puwede 'yan. Maganda, isulat mo 'yan. Oo, actually,
Teka, may,
marami akong horror stories from experience. Ay, parang may nagsirat nagbukas ng bintana sa'yo wala namang tao.
wala akong narinig, actually.
Okay. Ay, teka, may iba pa tayong comments actually from Sir Iwa,
Yeah.
one of the scariest I've seen, especially nung lumabas sa TV. Ano 'to, yung Sad Ako? Yung The Ring or yung The Grudge?
Oo, I think it's yung The Ring yata yan.
Oo. Kasi ano, 'di ba, ang ayoko lang 'pag ginagawa ng western version, yung mga Asian horror films.
Yeah.
Like ano ba?
Mm.
Mas authentic siya
True.
na Asian produced film siya. Mas relatable siya in
Mm,
that
mm.
way. Oo, ganyan. Ay teka, okay, sabi din ni Sir Iwa, perhaps Evil Pose is the scariest. Okay, we'll check that
Evil
out.
Queen.
Mm. Oo. I think we also should mention yung mga horror stories ng Thailand horror stories. Grabe
Mm,
din yun.
yes.
Mm.
Napanood ko yung The Eye.
Okay, hindi ko pa nache-check.
Hindi mo siya, it's an old movie.
Mm.
The Eye. Yeah.
Oo. Pero may
It's
experience
scary.
ako sa Thailand itself, sa Bangkok. Kasi parang
Ooh.
like the
Mm-mm.
Philippines, 'di ba? In touch pa rin yung Thailand sa spiritual world. Aminin na natin na hindi
Mm-mm.
hindi yung mga countries like Hong Kong or let's say Singapore, hindi sila ganun ka in touch with the spiritual world anymore. So they're not that
Mm-mm.
scared anymore pagdating sa mga ganito. Pero tayo kasi, we're so may mga parts sa country natin na hindi pa nahuhukay. Something like that,
Oo.
'di ba? So yun, I guess that's it. I still want to talk about, our horror stories, pero we want to keep it short, like up to 30 minutes lang max.
Oo.
But
Yeah.
guys, hope you can continue support us. So please do
Mm-mm.
check our members only website. Bukas, bukas magsasawa kayo sa pagmumukha namin. Kasi marami
Oo, I
kaming,
want to know.
like, we'll launch a lot of indie books once again. Mm-mm.
Yes. Mm-mm.
Yun.
Another fest.
Okay. Another fest.
Yan.
Oktoberfest naman. Yeah, like, we try to do this
Mm-mm.
every 2 months. Kasi ang daming lumalabas sa mga indie books. Tapos, like, they're really, they deserve, like, special kind of day to celebrate.
Mm-mm.
So, yun.
Agree.
Okay, guys.
Ayun.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
for
Kate.
joining us tonight. Yes, and thank you. It's
Thank you
nice
so
to
much.
na live tayo ulit.
Live ulit. O nga, ilang weeks tayo nawala? 3
Oo
weeks
nga.
ba?
2 lang yata, parang 2.
2 lang.
Mm-mm.
Ayun,
Mm-mm.
sana hindi nyo kami na-miss.
Yeah.
But yes, okay. Hi, Christy. And goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Okay.